Today on this episode of Out of Ore, we're going to be going over the patch notes real quick like we did last week. And this is a real quick one, but some real nice ones as well. Alright, so we have the new update, Dynamite lag, backwards building, and conveyor fixes. This is a nice one. Alright, so the first one that we're going to go over is the Dynamite. And I notice a lot of people have been having some issues. I do as well. It doesn't matter what type of system you're on. It also can be really random. Some people have the issue, some people don't. But it seems like a lot of people, majority of people, have performance issues with this game, so it's nice to see the developer addressing this, right? So hopefully we see a lot more performance fixes out of the game, and no fluff yet, because I think the game really needs to be polished out a lot more before we see anything like new additions or anything like that. So let's hope that he keeps on with this trend of fixing first before adding and additions and things like that. So I'm just placing some TNT around everywhere and a nice big blast pattern. See, sometimes they float a little bit now, so you gotta be a little careful. You have to look directly down before it places it on the ground. I've noticed where before it was kind of like projected out in front of you and will get placed on the ground. So, but now you can kind of just run, but just make sure you're looking directly down at the ground and place as much of the TNT as around as you want. And then we'll show you guys the performance difference, because before this would be a little scary getting ready to detonate this. And as you can see, it seems like there is no performance issue. It's nice and smooth. As long as you space your TNT and your explosives out, they'll all go off. And we're going to let off a nice little brick here. But one thing you might have noticed already is that we're just creating these little crater mounds instead of like that bubbling volcano explosion thing that was happening before. However, it seems like the dynamite and stuff like that is still not tuned properly, and it looks like it might be only for blasting on bedrock or things like that. So we're getting these little cupcake mountain looking things, these little molehills, right? But we're not really getting anything crazy out of them. It's not really doing much. So it seems like the dynamite's going to need to be revamped, or TNT. The Dynamite seems to be the only thing that actually does exactly what it's supposed to do, which is core tunnels out and things like that. So, or just delete a lot of dirt in general. But it seems like the TNT is, I don't know, it doesn't seem, it may seem like it made a little bit of a dirt, but it made a hole, like a little bit of a mound. So, we'll see how that works and how it plays out. All right, so now we're going to be going into the snapping points for buildings, and this is a massive one for a lot of people. All right, so the building before had this like weird green ball thing that you could attach things to, and it would have a hard time kind of snapping. But now it seems like it snaps a lot easier to certain points on your build. So you can really speed through building things now. You still have to rotate certain objects, you know, whatever key you want to bind to them, but this makes it a whole heck of a lot easier to build now, which was absolutely needed, because before it was so janky and it was just really basic. So it's really nice to see him make this change to that. So big thumbs up on this one, dudes. This is a game changer for a lot of people that have been really having a problem with building. So as you can see, the floor tiles will snap a lot easier to each other by just kind of looking at what you're looking for, instead of trying to do some weird sciencey math on where it's supposed to go and adding your blinker fluid and all kinds of things and figuring all this stuff out. But now it just kind of snaps real easy in there and doesn't really give too much of a problem. A couple times it might want to snap to something else, but it's better than having such a hard time snapping it in the first place. Much rather take this method than the old way. So you just have to do a little bit of rotating like we did before, which is no big deal, but it seems like just overall in general is a lot smoother to build. And we're just snapping quite a few of them in real easy, no problem. And we can build a lot faster. I mean, I'm obviously going a little slow right now, but you can see, yeah, it's much more improved on the building aspect of it for snapping. So big thumbs up for this one. This was a good one. It still needs a lot more tweaking. It can be tweaked a little bit more, but overall, I give it a thumbs up on this one. Let me know in the comments how you guys feel about some of these updates so far. Yeah, it's looking good. It looks good. Things snap in real easy. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just find where it needs to go, and it just kind of finds one of the points to snap to. Sometimes it doesn't, but you just snap another one somewhere else and it'll pop in, or you have to rotate it in place or kind of move around a little bit. All right, major conveyor optimization. This is a little bit of a harder one to test for, but I know a couple things to look at. All right, so make sure your wash plant's all on, or your plant, whatever you want to call it. Got all mine on. I'm running through a sorting drum. We're going to go pick up some pay real quick. Fresh save. Just opened up the save. So I pretty much have a big stockpile of, not stockpile, just a massive amount of pay dirt to move. So we're just going to grab a little bit of pay dirt and run that through. Back down here into my cut. If you want to watch what I'm doing, I do a lot of this on stream and videos. So we've been pretty much live streaming a lot lately. So a lot of this progress you'll see me doing on the live stream or coming out in time lapses or just videos on the series in general. But a lot of you guys have been pretty crazy supporters of watching the content and coming out to the stream. So really do appreciate that, guys. Much, much, much love. We're going to go and skip through and fill this rock truck up. All right, so here we got the rock truck all set up, ready to drop some dirt in. The plant is still running, so we're going to go ahead and drop this in. All the snap points have been automatically snapped. There's been no weird janky placements. So everything has been a 100% snap by the game. So there should be no weird non-placements going to the plant, so nothing should be going odd. And the first thing that I notice here is that there's no weird boulders falling backwards out of the trommel, which is the sorter. Before we were having rocks tumble, it looked like they were shooting out both ends. And it doesn't seem like they do that anymore. So that is a good change. However, the plant needs to be reworked a lot. It doesn't seem to be outputting the correct materials and things like it should be, but at least we're getting pay dirt in. Pay dirt's getting sorted. It's going out the output. And we're also getting rid of just worthless dirt. So that is a bonus. The belt is running. It seems like they're working a lot better. And you can see we have pretty much the belts are running full time. It doesn't seem like little things drop out anymore. Like little mounds are dropping out. Like you'd see the little stone actually falling out of the machine itself. I don't know if I missed that or not, but it does fall out of the crushers. You will see them fall out of crushers unless there's a belt. Looks like a belt is underneath of it. Okay, it did mount up on there, but it's not falling out of the bottom of here now, but you see we have that weird... As long as there's pay going on it, it seems like it's filled now, not like spotty like it was. So it seems like, and this is a hard one to tell, right? So, but I don't see anything spitting out anywhere all weird, so. Except for this. Except for we have gigantic dirt. We'll call them thumbs. I want to say something else, but we'll call them thumbs. Yeah. Big overburdened thumbs, yeah. Okay, and the other one is wheel loader auto centering and steering faster. Okay, so a lot of people were having issues where the auto steer was causing them to... It was very slow, right? It seemed like your pivoting front was just not working at all. So right now I believe we're on auto steer. Yes, we are. I'm going to give her a rip. This was also kind of tweaked after the last patch. But as you can tell, auto steer is working fine. And we're going to, ride this on two wheels. Let's go. Let's hell yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're obviously got some fast control. But the main thing is seeing how well the control works when we go into standard mode. And see how it works and how fast it is. Because people are having that complaint, like it's just too slow. So auto centering is now fine again. And standard, let's go ahead and go back into this and test out how fast we twist from one side to another. And we have the stall bug problem. Okay, now we're back in standard. We seem to be turning just fine. We seem to be snapping one way. It holds just fine that way. Articulation to the left and right seems to be fine. Seems to be fast. Nice and responsive. So yeah, I think that's fine. It seems fast enough. It doesn't seem too slow. Like it was before that one day. That was kind of crazy. And we'll go back and test the snapping again. Make sure you save. And we have to wait right now because we're on an older save. And because I don't want to give up progress, but hopefully that's fixed. We'll talk about that here in a second. So yeah, see the auto centering works just fine. And it's nice and responsive now. So seems like the front end loader, or fell is backwards. I like to call it fell. Short for front end loader. And it seems like our turning is just fine. Okay, so the last thing we're going to get into is a very known issue. And it's already known to the developer, guys. He pretty much said that it should be fixed in the next patch. And that is the save lockup or menu lockup. Whenever you go into a menu it seems to stall for about 3 or 4 seconds. Older computers might be having a harder problem with this. Don't worry, a new save will fix it, or hopefully wait until the next patch and it's fixed. I'm choosing to wait because I want to keep progressing on my save and all those things like that. So, all right, dudes, that's about it for today. This was a very short one. I just wanted to get you guys some of the basics in here today. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you guys smash that like and subscribe, and I will catch you amazing people on the next live stream or in the next video. Peace out, dudes.